Hey guys, it's Jimmy from A Kid's Opinion, and Happy New Year. Well, late Happy New Year. So 2022 just came upon us, and I am going to list my top 15 most anticipated movies of 2022. As always, a spoiler warning. I know this isn't the kind of video that normally, you know, contains spoilers, but I always like to talk about it because I probably will be getting into spoilers, because a lot of movies on this list are sequels, and part of the reason I choose them is because of how the other movies ended, or how they let their legacy be continued, because a lot of these are sequels. So yeah, I'm probably gonna do another video about future 2022 movies, about like 5 movies that I'm probably gonna see, but I don't think are gonna be good. What I mean with this is there's other movies that I think look interesting, but I don't think are going to be ultimately good. For instance, Halloween Ends didn't make it. I wasn't even considering Halloween Ends because I didn't like Halloween Kills. So movies like that are probably going to be on this future video, which I plan to do. So now number 15 is Avatar 2. I loved the first Avatar the first time I saw it. Then I watched it again, and I was like, this movie could be told in such shorter time. I know it's like this epic movie, but it could have been like, they wanted it to be so grand that they almost made it boring, and it takes away the rewatchability. And as this world is huge, so they can do so much more stories with Pandora and Avatar. It's taken so long for this movie to get made, and I don't think all of it is just because like they want to have like really good ideas, and because they're filming the sequels back to back. Avatar 2 was supposed to come out in like 2016 or 2017, and it's coming out in December of 2022. I wouldn't be shocked if this gets delayed to 2023. I'm excited for this movie, and I'm definitely going to go watch it when it comes out in theaters, but I'm not quite sure it's going to be that good. Number 14 is Northman. This is a movie that I really hope is going to be good. And when I watched the trailer, I had 2 feelings. One, this could be a great movie that's just this epic story with like great emotions, like epic scale, but also personal scale at the same time. And then I also saw this, and I'm like, too boring, too dark, too allegorical. Boring, dark, allegorical, those kind of fit together. There's some movies that like kind of win like best picture, movies like that. Sometimes they're too difficult for me to get through. I'm just like, this isn't really for me. And as good as the Northman, as good as I feel it can be, I'm afraid that the part in the trailer I saw where I'm like, this might not be for me, I'm afraid that's going to be what most of the movie is. However, I think I might be wrong on that, and I think the movie might end up being very good. 13th place is Sonic the Hedgehog 2. This isn't real. I don't really have any negatives with like anything that I think this movie might be bad. I really like the first one, and actually my character that I play the most when I play Super Smash Bros. Is Sonic. However, I've never played the Sonic video games. I have no history with the character. Video game movies aren't really my thing. It's PG, and kids movies, even though my title of the channel is Kids Opinion, don't really appeal to me too much, even though I thought the first one was really good. Because of how delightful the first one was, it was such a good surprise. That's why I think this movie can be good, and the trailer kind of enhanced that excitement for me. In 12th place is Uncharted. I started playing the first Uncharted game, but I'm not very good at video games, so I ended up quitting it. But what I played, I really liked it, and Uncharted is the kind of game that can be translated to a movie very well. However, looking at the trailer, it looks like they're blending parts from the sequel games from other Uncharted games into it. I haven't played the sequels, but I know there's a scene where, like, Nathan Drake is running across the, like, this baggage that is, like, falling out of the plane, and that's in the trailer. And they're doing a young Nathan Drake, and the Nathan Drake in the movie's doing a young Nathan Drake, and the Nathan Drake in the video game is, like an adult male. Well, is like a 30-ish year old person when he's doing this. So are they going for a Nathan Drake origin story, or are they also going for the Nathan Drake, like, man of adventure? However, adventure movies are usually really good, and I enjoy them a lot. In 11th, my 11th most exciting movie of the year, there's a lot of movies that I feel like just can be that I can enjoy a lot. Like, same with TV shows. There's a lot of TV shows coming out soon that I think look really good, especially like Marvel, DC, what's it called? Star Wars, what's it called? Yeah. That shows how much new content is coming out that I couldn't even think of Star Wars. 11 is Morbius. I just read a Morbius comic for the first time, and I thought it was really good, just how he's this very conflicted character he doesn't want to do something bad, but he can't quite control it. And what it looks like after his origin, he's trying to fight crime, and by fighting crime, he drinks the blood of the guilty and ends up surviving. And I hope they kind of leave it. I hope they finish the movie kind of at that point where now I hope they don't give him the cure at the end of the movie. I hope this is truly an origin story and not just a one and done. And I hope they set it up to be an anti-hero, but not an actual hero. With the Venom movies, I just don't feel like anti-hero movies are really anti-hero movies anymore. Because Venom's a hero, no matter what you want to say. After, especially Venom Let There Be Carnage, Venom is a character that is a hero. So I don't feel like anti-hero movies really exist anymore. I want to see Morbius doing villainous things, but also heroic things, and having him being very conflicted. I want to see that in this movie. And the trailers, it doesn't look like they're going for this crazy sky beam in the air. It doesn't look like they're trying to be the biggest movie ever, because I think it's the right step to put a Morbius movie. 10th place is Lightyear. I don't really, animated movies aren't really my thing. Same with kids' movies. But the Lightyear movie the visuals look amazing in it. I love the Toy Story movies. I just think this movie's gonna it's like Star Wars, but animated, meets Buzz Lightyear, meets awesome origin story. And I think this movie's gonna be a huge blast. I really can't sing it be a bad movie, but like I said, animated movies aren't my thing. So even though I think I'll like it, I don't think it's going to be top 10. And other movies on this list, I think, have a possibility of being top 10. Like that, 9th place is Aquaman 2. Even though I can see this being in my top 10 for 2022 movies, I can also see it being a very disappointing sequel, as the behind-the-scenes footage of Aquaman 2 looked like the movie was going to be a very similar story to the first one. And though I liked the first one, I feel like they have to do something new with the Aquaman character. And just doing a retread of the first movie with a somewhat similar story, except the artifacts they're hunting for are different. Yeah, I don't find that to be a good way to take that. However, I could be very wrong. And I've seen, like, SpiderMan No Way Home, for instance. The plot was a lot different than I thought it would be. So, and this isn't, what I saw of Aquaman 2 isn't even an actual trailer, so the movie could be a lot different than I was thinking. Yeah, I'm talking a lot, so I gotta speed things up a little bit. 8th is Jurassic World 3. This could be an epic conclusion to the Jurassic World trilogy, or it could just fail and everything, go too much for nostalgia, which I don't feel like the first two did. I know people didn't really like Fallen Kingdom, but I feel like Jurassic World Dominion couldn't probably be better than the first one and the second one, because it has this building of these 5 movies, And I do think that is what this movie is going to be, but there is still the possibility that it's just going to be a nostalgia fest. 7th place is The Batman. When I was doing this list, it was almost my most anticipated. But then I remember the second trailer of The Batman. I thought this... I don't think Penguin should be in the movie. I love that Penguin is looks like a gangster. However, I don't feel he fits into this movie at all. I don't want like a gangster being in this like hunting a serial killer movie. It doesn't look like Catwoman is gonna be as much as a villain as much as an anti-hero. I feel like they will do the anti-hero thing good with Catwoman. I feel like Catwoman is gonna be a good part of this upcoming movie. I do not think the Penguin is gonna be as good as Colin Farrell can act his heart out as a Penguin. I still think the Penguin will be a part of the movie that I don't like. I still have very high hopes for it, though. 6th place is Mission Impossible 7. It would be number 1 if I knew more about this movie. The stunts that are coming out with Tom Cruise doing this stuff, just wow. I loved Mission Impossible Fallout. I think it's like I think it's like my second favorite movie of all time. If I go back, and like Die Hard's number 1, and then Mission Impossible Fallout 2. No. It goes Die Hard, The Rock, Mission Impossible, Fallout. And I'm kind of getting off track a little bit, but I love Mission Impossible, Fallout. And the Mission Impossible movies just keep getting better, which means that Mission Impossible 7 might be my favorite movie of all time. Let's hope. Once I know more about this movie, it might be higher. 5th place is Thor, Love and Thunder. This was my number 1 most anticipated Marvel movie for a while. Unfortunately, I feel like this movie is gonna try to be too wacky, too crazy, too zany, too exciting, and it's just gonna fail. It's not gonna have a compelling story, not gonna have a compelling villain, not gonna have enough serious parts, and it's just gonna be a movie that was trying to do too much. And even if it doesn't even attempt at this serious stuff, it's gonna end up being a bad movie. You know, I'm kind of like ripping on these movies too much, but I feel like most of these movies so far, I'm just seeing all the potential flaws with these, and I'm kind of a little bit nervous about that. And again, saying what could be wrong with Thor 4, like the destruction of Asgard at the end. Spoiler for Thor Ragnarok. Set up Asgardians like looking for a home. And then almost all Asgardians died in Infinity War. So where is this story going to go? I don't think this might have not a story that isn't very focused, but again, I know next to nothing about this movie, and I thought Thor Ragnarok was a great movie, and Taika Waititi is returning, so he can make another fantastic MCU movie. 4th place is Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. On one hand, this could be better than Spider-Man No Way Home when it comes to the reveals, the story, everything. This could be better, or it could feel too jam-packed. But given the MCU's history, career, you could say, of just making amazing movies, I'm leaning towards that first idea where Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is going to be like amazing. 3rd place is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1. I don't think there is a version of this movie that can be bad. Like, there's just some things I think of where the creativity of the people involved in this movie, their track record is just so good. And, like, the comic book, what they took from the comics and brought it into this, and just how deep they can go into, like, this mythology and the characters they could put back into this. And this would be number 1 if they announced the character Spot, because I just discovered the Spider-Man villain called Spot, and I feel like he would be perfect for this movie and elevate the movie. So, this is my 3rd most anticipated movie of the year. Worries me a little bit that it's going to be Part 1, that it might not have a complete story, but still very good. 2nd place is Knives Out 2. the only reason this is as I'm excited for this movie as I am is because of the amazing cast. We don't really know anything about this plot, but the cast of this movie, I think, off the top of my head, I can only remember Daniel Craig, Dave Bautista, and Catherine Hahn. Those three alone make the movie sound really good, but I know there's more. I just can't remember. That makes me very exciting. And excited for the second year in a row. My most anticipated movie of the next year is a DC movie, which is surprising because I'm more of a Marvel guy. Black Adam is my most anticipated movie of 2022. I just think they're going to do the anti-hero thing very well. Like I said, I know we're getting the rise of the anti-hero. I don't feel like Marvel is doing it very well with Venom. They're making him more of a hero than an anti-hero. I hope they do it right with Morbius, but I've seen from like the first looks of Black Adam, DC is going to nail it with Black Adam. It doesn't look like this is going to be like a rock vehicle with just like this. It doesn't seem like it's going to be just a Dwayne Johnson movie. It looks like it's just going to make this mythology even better and just tell a fantastic story. So yes, this is my most anticipated movie of 2022. Black Adam is. I'm very excited because DC in 2020, oh my gosh, the years are getting somewhere. In 2021, DC did very well, so I have high expectations that they will do good again in 2022. So thank you for watching this. Please like and subscribe, comment in the comment section, give me suggestions on movies and recommendations on movies and TV shows to talk about, rank, review, etc. And please give me suggestions on how to improve my channel. I'm Jimmy from Kids Opinion, and be good people.